Hello, happy Star Wars Day. This is WhateverEtc8 number 8 for May the 4th, 2012. I am just going to be with you for a very short time today. Don't want to take up a lot of your time. I want to continue a little more in what I was talking about in the need to focus on your own actual situatedness. And one of the things that I had mentioned in yesterday's podcast was the need to be thinking about how you are in relation to other people and how you are in relation to where you find yourself. This is a part of the actuality of our situatedness. I'm recalled to something that was once said by Yoda in one of the Star Wars movies. Attachment leads to jealousy, the shadow of greed, that is. I think that we can learn a little something from our green Muppet friend here. That is that when you attach yourself to something that's unnecessary and you cannot let go of it, it begins to actually define who you are, but it's not really an aspect of who you are. That leads you to become jealous of anyone who might try to take that away from you. And that jealousy then, as he says, is the shadow of greed, because what's really going on is you don't want to let anybody else have what it is that you've made too important in your life. An example might be that sometimes we confuse our profession with our life. Now, it's awesome that we get to a point where we understand that profession, to profess, is actually an act of faith. It's what you believe in. But insofar as we let our jobs, the obligations of our jobs and of our work, sometimes overwhelm even what we believe in, profession in the kind of common knowledge sense of the word becomes over-defining, over-confining. And it attaches us, if I don't succeed at doing this job well, then I lose some sort of state of understanding who I am. Or if I cannot, make it to a point of hitting my sales goals, then I'm not as great of a human being as I should be. Or if I can't provide, through my job, I can't provide a lot of unnecessary goodies to my children, then I'm not being a good parent. These are all the ways that we get attached to certain notions about what it means to be a successful parent, to be a successful worker, to be a successful friend. Stop thinking about success in that sense. Success in the sense of one thing follows another thing, that's different. But this notion of to succeed is to get to the end of your goals. Another one of those places where we can talk then about that is that getting to that end that is your goal, to have succeeded at your goal. Goal derives from the exact same word as jail. Goals are jails. Goals are ways that we confine ourselves and we attach ourselves to things that are unnecessary. And that attachment leads to a kind of jealousy when we see other people who succeed at it, who reach that goal that we've hit for ourselves. Now, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't have targets. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't be thinking ahead about what we might be doing in the next day, in the next week, in the next year. But the ways that we become overly attached to predefined goals, or that we set goals for ourselves that in one sense are unsustainable. Remember the Delphic maxim: not too much and don't make too many promises. Don't make promises you can't follow through on. Sometimes the goals we set for ourselves are too much, and they may be something we can't follow through on. That leads us to become jealous of other people who actually do it. It leads us to become jealous in the sense that we don't want to give of ourselves because we're afraid that we're going to be used. So in focusing on our own actuality and being rigorously honest about our own actuality, we have to understand how we cannot allow ourselves to be overwhelmed by greed and envy, by the shadow of greed, which is the jealousy that arises from our attachments. So with that, I'm going to kind of let you go. And No pun intended. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, and I'll continue a little more then on mindful contemplation in the little series that I've started. But I just wanted to celebrate today, wear my funny hat, and let everybody know that it's good sometimes to let go of the attachment that you might have to everyone seeing you in some sort of serious way. I think all of you who know me know that I'm not all that serious, but I am committed to philosophizing as a way of life, and sometimes that means making fun of yourself, making fun of all of the things that you might have begun to get too attached to and too serious. I don't want to become attached to being, the philosopher that people talk to, or the guy that people go to philosophize about things. I want everyone to know that we should all laugh at ourselves. Laugh at ourselves and hear the silliness with our great big huge ears of our ego, the silliness of the things that we say about ourselves. So with all of that, I wish you a fond Star Wars day, and may the 4th be with you.